So I was browsing Amazon and thinking to myself like, yo, how can I drain my bank account today? And whoop-ah. Possibly one of the wackiest looking boards I've ever come across. It's a 19-inch mini cruiser called the Eggboard. And when I say this thing is tiny, I mean like this thing is small. It is
miniature.
At the time of recording this board has over 250 reviews, averaging 4.7 out of 5 stars, which is pretty impressive. And since there are so many fake reviews flooding the interweb, I wanted to buy it for myself and see if it's a quality buy or just overhyped. Now, after riding this board a bunch, here are my thoughts on who I think it's best for. I really see it being solid for two main scenarios. The first is if you're looking for a board you can commute short distances on and easily stash away, then this is ideal. The other great part about this board is you can take it as a carry-on when flying because it's just under 20 inches. And the second being if you're getting it for a younger kid. Since the deck is 9 inches wide, I'd say it's probably easier to balance on versus like a traditional skateboard, which ranges like 7 to 8 inches, about give or take. But it does come down to your expertise because this is clearly not as long as a traditional skateboard. If it's someone that has never stepped on a skateboard before, then I'd say that this is probably not the best beginner board, but I do love how wide it is. That's kind of the point that I'm getting at. And it all just comes down to your riding preferences. It's definitely not a board that you want to go and bomb hills with because it's so tiny. Plus, since the wheelbase is pretty short, you're much more likely to get speed wobbles while going fast. If you have any questions, you're confused, drop a comment below and I'll help you out. The deck is probably my most favorite part about this board. Its dimensions are 19 inches long by 9 inches wide, which is why this board is so portable. Because this board is short, made out of bamboo, and about a ½ inch thick, it doesn't flex at all. They even claim that it can hold up to 300 pounds, like dog. I think the grip tape design is really cool with the egg crack, and they even reused it by putting it on the bottom, which from a design perspective, you can tell it was well thought out. The screws, nuts, and washers are all solid. The nuts, like just about any other board that I cover on this channel, have a self-locking plastic, which is nice so that they don't loosen over time. The trucks are 7-inch aluminum reverse kingpins, which is great for stability. You can loosen them enough to carve fairly sharp. However, you don't want to go too crazy because I was able to get some wheel bite. It does seem like they're powder coated, which is a nice addition so that the paint doesn't chip as easily. The wheels are 69mm 78A, which essentially just means that they're wide and soft. You can cruise over cracks and pebbles fairly easily. Wide and soft wheels are basically just the standard for cruiser boards. So overall, solid wheels, and it's nice to see that they're wide enough, especially since it's so tiny. Now the bushings are standard barrel and cone. Didn't notice anything out of the ordinary. They allowed me to do smooth turning, so that's a pass in my book. So here are my dislikes and likes about this board, starting with the dislikes. You can actually get wheel bite with your feet. I don't even know if it's called wheel bite then, if you have a larger shoe size. I loosened the trucks as much as I could and turned as sharp as I could, and I actually did get some wheel bite on the deck. Now this isn't normal because most people that are going to be using this type of board are going to be cruising from point A to point B and not doing like super aggressive turning. So it might be a little unfair to say that I got wheel bite when I pushed it to its absolute max. All right, now onto what I like about this board, because there is a decent amount. The overall size of this thing is perfect for commuting short distances and then easily stashing it away. Its size is awesome and is perfectly portable. How's that for a phrase?
Perfectly portable.
And like you saw earlier, I dropped this thing a numerous amount of times and it's super durable, which is nice compared to a pennyboard deck, which is plastic and gets eaten up by pavement. Overall, I give it a thumbs up, and it really just comes down to what you're going to be using it for. If you have any questions, drop a comment below and I'll get back to you as quick as I can. I'll see you in another video later.